Hey everyone, it's Jack here, TalkNorwichCity. Welcome back to another video. More transfer rumours, fresh off the press at Carrow Road as Norwich City edge ever closer to the start of the Championship season. We have got a couple more pre-season games left on home soil, which is nice. I'm sure plenty of you will be down at Carrow Road on Saturday. And Sydney Van Hooijdonk will be at Carrow Road on Saturday as well. His current club up against Norwich City at the moment. All of that irrelevant because Norwich City have more transfer rumours. They are attacking options. Ben Napper has said multiple times that they are looking to bolster out that area of the pitch, irrespective of if Josh Sargent leaves or not. Let's take a look at them. Because these are quite exciting, actually. You can see there the current transfers that we've made and the outgoings, 9 in total, incomings. I had a good chat with Connor Southwell on the channel. That's well worth a watch. He goes through all of the other transfers that may well happen. Pelle Matson, the one that's fresh on the lips of everyone at the moment. I think that's still at least a couple of days away. For whatever reason, they just can't quite work out that deal. But they want him. I think Pelle Matson wants to be here. I think it will get done. It's just taking a little bit of time. Here we go then. Let's take a look at the rumours. Abdullah Sima, Brighton and Hove Albion player, attacker, has been on loan since he joined Brighton and Hove Albion. But this guy looks very exciting. His career so far has been really interesting. Had a fantastic season at Slavia Prague. That got him the move to Brighton. And then since that point, he's been on loan at 4 different clubs. Stoke City in 2021-2022. Angers in 2022-2023, where he made 37 appearances, scoring 6 goals. Rangers, the season before last, played basically every game, scored 16 times for Rangers. And then Brest last season, again, 40 games, 12 goals. Really impressive returns from Abdul Sama. He is more of a kind of left winger, can play centrally, but left wing is his preferred option. Now, Norwich City, I said with Connor, I'm constantly flipping between two mindsets of I think we're fine in terms of those attacking areas, and then, oh my goodness, I think we're really light. I think the way we have to look at this is we've lost Borja Science, Onel Hernandez, Lewis Dobbin, potentially and probably Josh Sargent. So that's 4 players that we've lost in that attacking area. And if you look back to last season when Josh Sargent got injured, Norwich City looked rather light. We've added players there. Of course, we have Chris Garden, which is a huge addition to the side. And a few others as well, but Norwich City still look light in that area. Now, Abdul Sama looks very exciting. He is, again, in that perfect age profile. He's 24 years old. It's probably, with both of these players, going to be a loan move, I assume, rather than a permanent move. I think Brighton are keen on keeping Abdul Sama, but who knows? They may well go into the permanent market. I had a quick look at kind of transfer rough values. They were estimating Sima around about £9 million. He'd probably be cheaper than that if we're being frank. But that could be a real option. We've obviously added Papa Amadou Diallo into the side as well. They're very excited about his potential. Now, he's a left-sided player. Where's Chris Garden on to play? Probably through the middle. Interesting with Ante Cianat. I think they probably see him more off the right-hand side. You've obviously got Matej Jurisic as well. Where does he play? I think Liam Manning really likes Oscar Schwartau and a man called Forson. Where do they play? So you're just trying to fit pieces of this puzzle into what I can only assume will be a front 3 with maybe a 10 in behind. Abdul Sama very much on the radar of Norwich City at the moment. With both of these, once again, I think if they are going to go for them, it will be quite late in the transfer window. The other one, which is a really interesting name, and I'm sure you'll know him, Anass Zahori. Now, I certainly remember him from his time at Burnley. They were fantastic that season, Burnley, weren't they? And Zahori was just full of tricks. He was an absolute menace at this level. Now, that was, 3 years ago when he was at Burnley, ripping it up. Yeah, 2022, 2023. He played 40 times that season, scoring 11 goals with 5 assists. I remember both times we played him, he was fantastic. And every time I watched Burnley, I was like, oh my goodness, who is this guy? The interesting thing with Zahori, played at Lommel. Who managed Lommel? Liam Manning. Liam Manning has worked with Anass Zahori before. He was at Lommel between 2019 and 2021. In 2020 and 2021, he played 27 games, scoring 7 goals and 4 assists. So a good return for Lommel under Liam Manning. He is currently at Lyon. He left Burnley a couple of seasons back, or in the summer, I think, actually, for not too much money. I think it was just over £4 million. I've put in the 8 million market value in here. Again, I think it will probably be cheaper than that Norwich City are able to get Zahori for. But again, someone that's worked with Liam Manning, we've seen that before, haven't we? Harry Darling springs to mind. Fits the age profile, 24 years old, the exact same age as Abdul Sama. Hasn't quite settled, I don't think, since that Burnley move, and hasn't really performed to the levels that we saw at Burnley. But this was being reported by L'Equipe. Coventry also, the club that are apparently interested in Zahori. It feels like it's us and Coventry in for every single player at the moment. But Norwich will be out there and they'll be actively seeking a player that can play in this position. Louis Kumas from Liverpool has also been a name that's been floated around for quite some time. I think that Premier League loan market, Abdul Sama, you can count in that bracket. He's obviously at Brighton. Premier League clubs are still trying to work out what their squad looks like, who they can sell, who they can loan, who they want to get rid of. Their season obviously starts a touch later than the Championship, so that will rumble on a little bit. And I think Norwich City will want to get their business done sooner rather than later. With Zahori, you've not got that issue. As I say, out in Lyon, didn't really rip it up last season, played 28 times, scoring 2 goals. It's a good league, so, a proper level, and we know that he can do it in the Championship. He's done it before. He did have a loan move to Hull City that I completely forgot about, actually. That was in 2023, 2024. He played 12 times, he scored twice, but had a very good average rating that season. So, I mean, Zahori will really, I think, excite people. Very tricky, off the edge of your seat type player. Liam Manning knows him, likes him. He performed well under him. That's a fascinating one. Keep your eye on Anass Zaroury. Really excited to see what happens there, and also excited as we go back to this transfer centre and take a look at the business we've done so far. Norwich City are clearly wanting a squad that is prepped, that is deep, and that is deep with talent. I think they've learnt a lot from last season in terms of injury spells will happen. The Championship is incredibly demanding. I think both Ben Napper and Johannes Torup probably underestimated that slightly last season. Even at left back, I've just seen Jeffrey Schlupp's name appear there. You've got 3 decent options now in Mahovo, in Crescene and Schlupp as well. They didn't have to add a third player in that area, but they've decided to. I think I'm comfortable with the left wing and the right wing position now if one of these players comes in. Josh Sargent, we can only assume will be leaving at this stage, and it's a bonus if he stays. You've got Chris Gon and Ante Cianats that can play through the middle. The midfield options are interesting. We'll definitely see another addition there, I think, with either Pelle Matson or Marko Topic. So that looks interesting. And obviously Kenny McLean is out at the moment. So I think with 2 more additions, that would take the total up to 11 players signed this summer. You're in a pretty good place, I think. Obviously then, when Millwall turn up to Carrow Road in under 2 weeks' time, we will see exactly what that squad looks like. I think the pre-season schedule wasn't ideal. That was obviously planned pre-Liam Manning joining. I think he would have had it slightly different. And you look at some players, certainly the development players, they might have only got 15 minutes in a week or something like that. So the prep, I don't think has been ideal from a pre-season standpoint. it's never ideal, I don't think. Pre-season's always a bit of a funky time. You've got so many new players being added into the fold, but that is the same for most clubs. So when you look at Wright, Kovacevic, Medic, Harry Darling, all of those will probably be starting. That's a whole lot of turnover. Kvistgaard, Schlupp, Diallo wouldn't put it past Manning to start those on opening day as well. So can't wait to see what that squad lineup looks like on the first game of the season. Anass, Zahori, Abdul Sama, Louis Kumas, watch out for those guys. Keep an eye on those. And also Pelle Mattsson, that one I think will rumble on a little bit, but my gut is saying that he will be a Norwich City player probably by the start of the season. Let me know, Zaroury, Sima, Kumas, down in the comment section, which one of those would you like to see? Anass Zaroury, I'm really excited about the potential of that one. But Abdul Sama, the stats don't lie. He has been performing incredibly well over the last few seasons. Busy week ahead, once again with Norwich City. Keep locked in to TNC. We've also got a very exciting podcast hopefully dropping this week as well, so keep an eye for that. And we'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.